Hi, Stampin' Friends. Happy Wednesday. All right. Just checking my computer. Oh my gosh, it's so quick tonight. That's great. Maybe there's not much delay then. But no volume. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So quick tonight. That's great. Maybe. All right. So welcome. No one on yet, but if you're watching it later, good evening. And gosh, the most exciting news is that the new mini catalog products are available now, and the celebration products are available. So if you haven't received these in the mail, I mailed them to all my customers in mid-December. Please let me know if you haven't received it yet. Or if you don't have a demo and you would like me to mail you these, get in touch with me either here or at stampyourworld@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to put those in the mail to you. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mary Jane. Happy New Year. Hi, guys. Oh, good. I have some people on tonight. That's great. I did a live yesterday, and maybe you caught it, definitely not my usual live, but just to go over the benefits of the Celebration catalog, because I didn't want to take project time to do that tonight, and yesterday was the start of Celebration. So refer back to that if you need some help, or contact me at any time. My host code this month is shown here. It's also posted on my website. I'll send free pastel pearls with a $35 order in January. And that's what they look like. There's actually a pink group up here as well. So really pretty. And I noticed they're grouped with the hydrangea set, but they go nicely with some of the ice cream stuff and the seashore stuff too. All right, let's get on with it. I have tonight two cards to demonstrate, both related to sprinkles and shakers, and then a couple of examples to show you that are similar. So I'm going to start with the one that we're actually making. Hi, guys. This will be the one we're making, and then I'll show you the other examples after. You can see there's a cutout here and space for, we have these fabulous ice cream corner sprinkles with our mini catalog bundle, page 4849, ice cream corner. Awesome stamp set, coordinating punch, coordinating ribbon, paper, sprinkles, really fun set. All of the punch sets are just really great, and all the papers. Those are my favorites. The punch sets and the papers, this catalog. But anyway, you can see I've got these little sprinkles shaking around in there. And this is a dimensional foam sheet. Okay, so it's got designer paper backing it, and that's what you see the sprinkles against. And then the whole thing is raised. You can do a shaker, obviously, with just adhesive strips, foam strips around the opening, but I kind of like this. This is really tidy, and there's, you know, like it's fully supported and very solid. So let me show you how to make this kind. I never, I don't think I've done that. Well, the adhesive sheets, the foam adhesive sheets, this is what they look like. Relatively new to our catalog. I think maybe only this past annual catalog. All right, let's get going here. So the shape I'm using is from the Stitch, I think they're called Stitch So Sweetly. Gosh, I use it all the time, I should know. It's the Scallop stitched rectangle. And this one in particular measures about 2.5 by 3 5/8. And we're gonna lay in any shape, really. I've picked this cute shape. It fits perfectly. This is from the Hippo and Friends dies, okay, to make this particular card. You could use a circle, a square, you know, anything else. And then I just have some Whisper White, which will be the top that we're stamping on here. This is just cut larger than the rectangle. I think it's about 2 3/4 by 4 here. And I've got a little piece of window sheet. I'm going to set that aside. Those are extra. And then this foam adhesive sheet. So it's adhesive on two sides. It has like a sticker backing to pull off. Now, what you're going to do with this foam sheet, we also need a piece about the size of this Whisper White or this framelit in particular. So I'm going to cut a 2 3/4 inch strip. Okay, that probably won't cut all the way through. Typically it doesn't, but you can just come along here. And this was sort of distressing to me because it seemed like a lot of waste, like you couldn't make 2 of these from one sheet. But what I found that you could do, one of my samples is made this way. I took 2 of the leftover pieces and butted them together when I did the process that you're going to see, and cut them. And it doesn't matter if the foam sheets are split, just so there's no gap, okay? So no sprinkles are going to get out when these are butted together. So you could still use those leftover pieces. All right, that's all we need to cut. Let me get the big shot. So what we need to do, oh, before I do that, typically when we use this adhesive sheet, let me just say this, and if you're not familiar with it, maybe this will show you what we typically do. Typically, I would peel one side of the adhesive liner away and mount this to a colored cardstock like this Poppy Parade. Okay, and then cut whatever my die cut is. And when I go to attach it to the card, then just peel away the backing, okay? And then it's a popped up, already Poppy Parade covered word in this case, or it could be a shape. Okay, in this case, we are not going to attach the Whisper White to the foam because after we cut this, we need to get a window sheet piece in there before we adhere those together. But I do want to cut them at the same time because I want perfect alignment of my scallop stitched rectangle and the opening, okay? Because the Whisper White has to line up perfectly with the foam adhesive in this case. All right, so I am going to take the foam first and put that down, the Whisper White piece on top of it, and then I'm going to line these up the way I want them to look. You know, on my finished tag. Okay, and that was a little tight for my greeting, so I'm gonna maybe move this up a little bit this time. Okay, make sure you're happy, it's all centered, looks good. And you're gonna cut through both the Whisper White and the foam with both of these shapes at the same time. Okay, I don't need to be quite so perfect on that, no one's gonna be able to tell. Okay, sending that through, right, yeah. All right, and I think that's all we need to cut. I already cut the background piece, which is from that ice cream, what's it called? Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper with that same framelit, the same rectangle. All right, so let's set these dies aside. All right, now we have this you can save for another use. This is the piece that we're going to stick to the front of the foam. We can throw away the waste, and then we're just going to leave that all in place while I stamp the greeting on the Whisper White before we assemble this. You melt my heart. Good. And I am going to attach this, but first I'm gonna try to push this through. It may not be cut all the way through to the back. Better if you can push this through instead of pulling it up, because you might leave the backing behind. And the reason I want to leave the backing on this little window piece, because even if I'm not using this shape, I'll use this foam adhesive piece for something to cut something smaller out later. Okay, so save that. All right, now what's great about this, if you leave this all together, and you can pick up the, oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's my window sheet? Okay, at this point, we need to add the window sheet to the back of our front Whisper White piece. Doesn't have to be great. This big foam adhesive piece is going to hold it in place. So I'm just going to take a little seal around the edges. And this is a 2 1/4 inch square of window sheet. Better look at my, I do have some steps written out so I don't forget anything here. Okay, yeah, so there's the window sheet, and we're going to catch it now in place. I'm going to remove the sticker backing here, but keep all the waste in place there, because it's kind of nice. You can push this scalloped edge right up against that scalloped edge that's left. You know, it's a little ridge there since we've removed the sticker backing. Okay, so at this point, this is sort of like a shaker where we can just turn it over and fill it now. Typically, I would maybe do my embossing buddy on the window sheet if I was using sequins, because sequins tend to stick a lot to the edges. But I found these ice cream corner sprinkles do not. They're pretty thick, and they're almost like plastic, but not quite, but heavier in density than like foam, if that makes any sense. And they're pretty heavy, and they shake around pretty well on their own. So let me put a good amount in there. Okay, and then I'm going to put the back on in the same way. If I can peel the back off of the foam without hopefully jumbling that all up, then I can take my cut DSP piece, put the stripes facing down, that's what you want to see through the window, and again, I'm just using that scallop edge to kind of help me line this up here as I put it down. And then I can pop away this excess here of the foam. All right, so there you've got the shaker. Okay, so that's the bulk of it here. So I just have a piece of that beautiful designer paper, purple posy cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and then this was just like an 1/8 inch smaller, so like 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, the designer paper. And I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base. Let's see. Oh, the ice cream cone we're gonna make. Okay, I'm gonna take my heavier Seal Plus on the back of this to make sure it holds down, since that's a pretty thick piece. Just put that over here. And then there are stamps for the ice cream, and you can make cute ice cream cones like so. So I could mount that there. Or the paper is so great. There is this cone-like paper that you can easily just punch with the punch. And then the some of the paper sides have a great pattern that you can use for the ice cream that kind of matches what's going on in the paper here. So we'll just do that. And I'm gonna glue that together. And let's see, while that dries a sec, I'll add my bow. I've got that pretty striped Blackberry Bliss ribbon to add. I've already tied a bow. And it's a really cute little shaker, and you can vary the shape of the opening. I'll show you my other ones. Let's see if this is dry enough. I tell you what, I'll put the seal right over here. And there's the cute little ice cream cone with sprinkles. All right, let me show you the other examples of this card type. I couldn't decide which one to demonstrate. I love them all. Okay, so this one, same exact thing with a heart-shaped opening. This uses the Many Hearts bundle, or Lots of Heart bundle. The dies are Many Hearts dies from the mini catalog. Stamps, yeah, even the greeting and everything. This little guy was added afterwards. But I use that same ice cream paper in the background and some coordinating colors. I thought those little pastel sprinkles, the colors remind me of conversation hearts. Okay, this might be my favorite one. My third one was this one, which is out of the Sand and Sea suite. There's great designer paper. What we have here is, this is a pearlescent paper. This is within that suite, and it's heat embossed as a sand dollar. I don't think you can really tell the shimmer on it. It's like, it's a different texture. It's not quite as flat as the regular cardstock, but heat embossed with white embossing powder here. And how great, from our annual catalog, the sprinkles, do you see, or the sequins are seashells and sequins. The Whale of a Time sequins. Awesome to go with this. Okay, so, thanks. Just really fun. And you can see I've used a different shape every time. And actually, I had so many choices of shapes. So hopefully you have at least a few. I mean, almost every set I could, you know, every die set had a shape that I could use for this. All right, so that's my first shaker card. That's a more true shaker, built up with, you know, sprinkles inside. So the next one, another kind of shaker card, and this has gotten popular again after it was demonstrated at our convention. Here, I have two samples. I'll show you both of them. I have to say, my upline taught me this years ago, so it's popular again, but you can see that it's a large shaker area, and that's created with the clear envelopes, our clear envelopes, okay? So again, here I've used the ice cream cone suite, and then this one is using, now you can't see the sprinkles as well, they're green and clear. They're the Flowers for Every Season gems, and they're nice. They look kind of like drops of, you know, dew or rain on the blueberries. But this stamp set and paper is called Berry Blessings. It is the combo that you can get for free, both the stamp set and paper, with a $100 order during Celebration. Okay, so we'll make this one. This is really fun. And just, you know, keep it in mind. Of course, you can do any of your favorite papers, really. And we have a lot of great sequins. So, all right. We've got here Night of Navy card base. Just set this aside. And then, like I said, we need one of our clear medium envelopes. Okay, they look like this. They fit a regular card, and they seal. So they're great. You can mail in these too. But I just need one of these. And what we're going to do is load it with a garden green mat. And this mat measures 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And then the designer paper, and this is the back and that's the front, so we're using the same sheet. That's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Make sure, yeah, because I wrote that wrong on my notes. Okay. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we're gonna just slide that down in the clear envelope. Oh, thanks, guys. Now, when I made this, okay, first of all, I'm going to cut, I'm just going to cut about an inch away from the top edge, get rid of this excess envelope. And when I made this sample, I was kind of unhappy that the clear dewdrops, I don't know if you can tell, I didn't like them when the flat side was up. They didn't roll around as much in there. So I loaded my spoon with these sprinkles. These are the Flowers for Every Season gems. And I made sure they were all turned over the right way. So I'm going to see if I can get them into the envelope. This is all you do. Then you put the sprinkles on the front of the card. I'm going to see if I can tip them so gently that they stay. Oh no, they're turning over. Well, a lot of them are staying. That kind of bothered me. They weren't moving as freely, the ones that turned over. Thought they looked better when they were upright. All right, well, I have only 3 or 4 turned over, so that's pretty good. I'll go with that. All right, and then I'm going to carefully turn this over and then fold down these ends. I'm gonna kind of fold a corner here and here, and then take my tear and tape. I need a piece about that long. To lock that down. And then I'm going to fold it and stick it to the back here. This was probably not the best way. I probably should have put the tear and tape on the back section. We'll get there. You get the idea. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this over tight. And that's what makes the shaker envelope there that we've got. Okay, so I don't know, can you see them moving around in there? They're green and white, so they don't show up as well in this one. All right, and that is not secured down yet terribly well, so I am going to go over that with some more tear and tape. And then this is our easy shaker that we can attach to. I've got a piece of the designer paper cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to attach this to the card front. You know, I was sad that I didn't have twine wrapped around this before I glue down this packet on my sample. So I'm going to get some of this white twine. We have this now in the snail mail, the baker's twine. I want to have a twine bow kind of over here. So let me get that in place before I put this down this time, now that I'm all these new plans I have to make this one better. And then I'm just going to put that in the center of the card front and tie. I might stick a little bit of extra tear and tape under there where that's popping up a bit, because I want that to be flat. Yeah, I really tried hard to add this twine later, but that's hard to do. All right. Okay, and then my stamped image, I'll add that extra adhesive later, is from the stamp set. Here, I'm going to grab my foam mat to stamp against, because we've got photopolymer stamps and a couple of them here to make those cute blueberries. Boy, if we had that, what was our blueberry color before? Oh, blueberry bushel would be a good color here, but the Night of Navy, Pacific Point, there's even some balmy blue in there. They all work great. All right, so I'm gonna start here. Actually, when I made this one, I stamped first and cut it out later, but to save time, I tried to pre-cut my Whisper White. So let's see if I can do this and get a similar result. These are great. I just want to show you how fun these two-step stamps are. So the green leaf, since it was gonna overlap, this is garden green, my words, I stamped off once, and there's that. So that's pretty faint. And then I even stamped off, even though this is light and shadowy, I even stamped that off. So I just had kind of a hint of the green there. And then I've got Night of Navy for my blueberry outlines. And Pacific Point on my blueberry fill-in. Oh yeah, so that turned out pretty good. Once I knew what I was going for, I guess I could pre-cut those pretty easily. All right, so in this case, what I did so as not to try to attach to this lumpy top, I took my dimensional edges and cut a couple here, put them right alongside the edge, and I'm going to have a little bit of tear and tape here just to hold that circle down wherever it touches. Okay, but I mounted mostly off of these dimensionals, like so. And super cute, huh? And I do like it that most of these are turned over the correct way, so I would probably make the effort to do that again. All right, so there is that. And of course, here's the ice cream version if you want to see that. We made this one in our team meeting too, our team event. I hope you'll visit me on my website as well and YouTube channel, both called Buckeye Inklings. Enjoy the celebration goodies if you're shopping. I just would reiterate here that the best deal is really joining. You get $125 of the product of your choice and 200 sheets of designer paper during celebration for $99 plus tax. So if you have a big wish list that's in any way approaching $100, you should consider that. There is no obligation to purchase anything beyond that. You don't have to sell, but you've got that big value, $182.50 for only $99, and you are picking out $125 in product on your own, and then getting a fabulous designer paper collection. So if you do purchase more, you've got at least a 20% discount while you're active. And, you know, if that interests you, just contact me. We can set up a call. I can answer more questions. I talked about it a little bit on the Celebration Facebook Live I did yesterday too. So thanks, guys. Any questions anywhere? I didn't really see questions, just comments. Happy New Year to everybody. Starting off with a bang, huh? All right, well, I don't see anything, so I will say goodnight. These projects will be pictured on my website tomorrow with dimensions. There's not too many dimensions here, maybe just the insert pieces. I guess that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.